Instagram, TikTok. Yes, today's Thursday's update. Simple. We're talking about CRs. CRs, contingency removals. How you hear about CRs, contingency removal? Do you think this is a real thing, or do you think just, agents, listing agents, sellers trying to take advantage of buyers agent, playing them around? You want to know my opinion about that? Yes, I know. There are rules to follow. There are contracts. There are times, contracts to follow. Time is the essence of the contract in real estate. I get that. I'm with you. If I would be a listing agent, of course, all the listing agents, they have to protect their seller, and they're looking for the best interest for the seller. I get it. I know what you mean. But is that really what the CR is about? Okay, so we're live on Instagram, we're live on TikTok, we're live on YouTube. We're talking about CRs, contingency removals. We're talking about we almost clear to close with a 10% down payment, bank statement loans, 10% down, no income taxes. It should be clear to close probably on Friday. We already got the conditions we needed, and everything's looking sharp. So congratulations to the Sonoria family. We're going to be celebrating on Friday, but I want to share with you that it's almost ready and looks clean and looks fine. We got all the conditions, we got the appraisal, we got everything ready. And at the same time, today I'm talking about test. Everything is a test. Don't you feel sometimes? Like, what are you doing? It might be something simple. It might be probably playing with the kids. It might be just probably going out and driving to get groceries and going home after work. And that's it. You say, my day is done. I'm ready to go home, to chill, to relax. I did what I needed to do today. But everything is a test. Everything is a test in this life. Day to day, waking up is a test. If you wake up, it's a test to have a new day. If you're going to work, it's a test to you best working. Like us, if we're in the business of taking care of clients, real estate, mortgage, financing, it's a test every day. You talk to a client, you talk to a seller, you talk to an agent if you are a lender, you're talking to escrow, you're talking to title, you're talking to everybody, everything is a test. They are testing you first because they want to get confirmation about what they are doing, about knowing that you're doing everything the way it should be done. And that way they can trust you, and that way they can have a better idea. And I'm not going to take this call because I'm on the live right now. Sorry. Just got my live disconnected. Exactly when I was live on TikTok. I'm sorry, I cannot talk right now. I'm on a call right now. And it's okay. It's okay. We are waiting for confirmation. Cannot talk. Cannot talk. I'm in the middle of the live video. Sorry, I apologize. I know it's 7:30 on a Wednesday, Linda, but I'm right now doing my live video. Okay, right here. I'm back. I'm back with the live. Okay, what happened with this camera here? Okay, now. Okay, everybody there? Okay. All right, we're live here. Are you guys alive in TikTok? Okay, live on TikTok, live on Instagram, and we're doing the video for Thursday's update. Okay. CRs, talking about CRs, contingency removals. Yes, real estate contracts have a time frame. There is a time on contracts for a reason. Time is the essence. I got you. I understand why we have time and dates on a contract is to follow. But at the same time, everything in real estate is negotiable. And at the same time, the times on the contract for real estate, buying and selling a piece of real estate, at the end of the day, is about closing the escrow. Nothing else matters, especially for the buyer, especially for the seller, especially for the lender, the escrow, and the agent. I know agents want to follow the rules, the book, one by one, exactly the way it is, exactly the way it's on writing. But at the same time, the book says there are options. You can ask for extensions on contingencies, for appraisal, for any reason, for loans, for inspection, for removing all the contingencies. You want to make sure your buyer and the loan is ready to go whenever you're going to be removing contingencies. Especially when you have a scenario that since day one, it was already disclosed that it wasn't an easy transaction that might require time, even though we know we can do it and we know we are closing and we know it's happening and it's going to be okay. When you have 3-4 different steps to follow in one transaction to make it happen, like for example, a client fixing credit report to get the FICO score good enough to qualify. For example, the client getting some money doing a refi cash out in a property. For example, passing the inspections and the insurance and the appraisals on the property the client is buying. And of course, we need to have loan approval updated. I know contingencies removals are important. I know the times, the days on contract are important. But at the end of the day, it's about closing the transaction, making sure the buyer is going to be able to get the loan, making sure we're going to be closing the escrow. That is what everything is about. I know there are agents and sellers trying to take advantage of the buyers, trying to get the contingency removal removed right away, pushing around because they want to get the money from the buyer. They want to make sure the buyer have maybe a skin on the game, even though the buyer already have money on the deposit in escrow, even though the buyer is moving along. But the point is, can we get extensions for contingency removal? Yes, we can. Yes, when everything has been disclosed and we know we need extra time, 3, 5, 10 days in a transaction that we knew in the beginning might require extra effort. I think everybody should understand that. And this is why I'm trying to make the point about contingency removals on real estate and loans. Everything is negotiable in real estate. And yes, even though there is a contract, and yes, there are time on it, yes, we can negotiate. And yes, the buyer has the right to get extension if they need to and make sure the loan is okay. Just want to put my word there for a contingency removal. Opinion, of course, I'm not a lawyer, I'm going to give you a legal advice, but I'm a broker. And that's what I believe. This is what I think. It's about closing the transaction. That's it. Period. Everybody wants to close. All we want to close. Especially me, I'm the lender, I'm in the middle. Okay? Now, talking about tests. Going back to the test. Yes, everything is a test. Doing a loan is a test. Buying a house is a test. Having kids is a test. Taking exams, getting a career, doing everything in life. Going to the gym is a test. You're testing yourself. You're testing your body. Being patient, breathing, enjoying summertime, having vacation. Everything is a test. So the question is, are you passing the test or are you failing the test? Huh? Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel that you're not good enough? Yes, you are good enough. You just being here is a miracle. Enjoy, keep enjoying, do your best, have fun doing it, and keep learning because it's a learning experience every time you have a test to pass. And that's it for now. Looking forward for the CTC, and hopefully tomorrow we have approval for the Peñas family with my dear agents that I love a lot, Linda and Rose. And hopefully tomorrow we can celebrate. And that's it for now. Happy Wednesday. Thousands of Days Gone will be edited on my YouTube channel. And then Fridays, Viernes, el cuerpo lo sabe, will be live on tomorrow. Bye-bye. I'm leaving here.